And now here is the Virginia corner. Well beyond on the far side. Header in the direction of McCool. Tried to set it up for a solid swing right there on the doorstep. But it did not get to McCool cleanly. And here's across her direction, and this time it works out. Yeah. Take a look at Morse. Able to get it where the finish can be provided. And a 13th goal on the year for Megan McCool, and the 26th out of that combo of Ordonez and McCool, as we mentioned, and now that is the third straight contest for belonging to Virginia. Being pushed up by Spanstra. Here's McCool again. Can she double the trouble she's put together for BC? Done the damage for UVA. Look at McCool, the fancy footwork. Really able to. Boston College. Low in his first season, spent some time at Wake Forest. And prior to that, Alabama for the 98 graduate of Wake Forest University. Really trying to establish himself here for BC. There's another look for Virginia. It's off the post. Near her, more often than not, the freshman who has received the nod, and she stood up against some tough challenges early. Here's one of the better looks, perhaps, going one goal to show for it just yet for the Hoos. Home team wearing those trademark whites, trying to change that right now. Boston College quick to the ball and forcing it out on the wings. And now here is Zandy. Back in there. We talked about what a key contributor she is. There's Jarrett once again. Cross toward the middle. Ordonez tried to... And more moments like this didn't happen. And just how close was that when Ordonez came flying in there? Boston College into traffic again. McClernand steps up. Intercepts that intended through. Turns things the other direction for Virginia. At just behind maybe the initial target, and then the shot taken by Gorzik that's going to sail high. One Virginia player just at the top of the box. But look at that. Almost reaching out to touch that was Serepka. And then it is. Another player for Boston College that I haven't talked a great deal about just yet is Vaughn. Mentioned the substitution involving her a moment ago. Vaughn, the upper class leading counterpart of all that we talked about with the youngsters. And speaking of on the assist by Gorzik, those two working together, this time in reverse order. Watch Gorzik as she gets the cross and a little punch there from Serepka. And she has secured yet another goal for Serepka. That is her fifth. Opportunities that were there for BC, they were from distance, and they had to fight for every inch of real estate just to get a look. Here's one of those early opportunities for Boston College, and only the one shot in the first half for BC. And I mentioned things came from distance. That's been the case. In fact, pitching another shutout, Laurel Ivory has been able to step up and not been tested that often, but when Cavaliers trying to finish an unbeaten home regular season, stay atop the coaches poll where they have been for 6 weeks now. To the middle, Ordonez gets the header, and this is going to go wide with a hold your breath moment. And Boston College can now exhale. Boston College just cannot get in the interior of that Virginia defense and stay there, but they should not feel alone in that category. Here's the ball one with the goal wide open. Goal. And it's Serepka who just had to make sure she had the right touch to top shelf it in the far corner, far post from her for the third Virginia goal. A little bit ago, Vaughn today held quiet Still looking for what would be her first shot of the contest. You think about that number 50. Talked about Virginia getting to 50 goals. She went over 50 points in her career this season. Here's Virginia again. McCool going to take a shot. That's going to carry him off. Second look. Now, largest production from a scoring standpoint for Virginia since the 8-1 victory over William and Mary. Watch McCool. She's been in the middle of everything Virginia has done today. But again, at the right spot, at the right moment, Sydney Zandy with her fourth goal of the 2019 campaign. Making another push, only to see this one turned away by Boston College. Well, we haven't necessarily zeroed in as a shot sails up and over the outreached arms. Only throughout the day, but throughout the month and beyond. It comes to an end here in the 68th minute on the final home Sunday of the year. Thanks on the Boston College side. And the Massachusetts native will take it away. So here's the goals leader for Boston College. She is taken to the turf as she collides with McClernand back there. And Ivory, another glance. As you are going to get vintage Laurel Ivory. And then the help to finally clear it on the back of the net. She had the perfect loft, the perfect English on it to make sure that was able to wind and twist downward and loop itself over the head of Ivory as the only time a player has scored in league play. This is going to go right through on Who's as that worked its way right through. Allie Auger found the 5-hole, and you see the reaction. Virginia at it again. It's going to work its way to Spanstra. Spanstra, a little side step. She'll send it over to the middle for another breakthrough. Not have a shot coming in this season for the Cavaliers. Now she has a goal. And the barrage of goals continues. It is now 6-1. The top-ranked team in the country finding its offense again here in the latter part of the season. Corner opportunity for Boston College. Header, swatted away. First real test since taking over. This is worth another glance. Watch the anticipation by Moran, and she's just able to clear that in front of the far post. Boston College, try it the other way. Here's a header. This punch.